All right, everybody, we got Vision. Can you believe it? Oh my god, a whole entire Odin. It's time, 15,000 units. It's time to throw an Awakening Gem on this guy. Oh wow, check out that synthesis. Level 1, he gets 8% of a bar power. Hold on though. Something's wrong here. I think my Vision's missing a star. Oh my god, yes guys, I definitely picked up the Vision. I picked up the 5-star Vision for 15,000 units. That was a pretty big decision I made last night, but it's worth it. And you know, I talked about the whole afternoon yesterday on a live stream. I was talking about whether or not I was going to get this Vision. And for the most part, I said no, you know, because I was kind of low on tech catalysts. I also have other plans for some of my other champions. And yeah, he just didn't fit with the vision I had, no pun intended, for my own roster. However, I did some thinking and I went back to it, and, you know, BG actually made a very good point in one of his videos that just said, what else are you going to spend your units on? And then I started thinking, you know, this is a textbook example of something you should spend your units on, something a hoarder should spend his units on. So, you know, I had 27,000 units going into this, and you know, what am I going to use those on? Nothing costs that much in this game except, you know, a Vision, but he didn't even cost that much. I still have a decent chunk of units, and it just got me thinking, you know, even though I can't pump any signature stones into him, even though I probably can't take him to 455 just yet. I might though, we'll see. I have close to 8 T2 alphas, and I want to take Phoenix up for sure because I want to get a prestige bump. But he might be able to also go up, but it might throw off my 565 plans because I'm getting close to that second T5 basic, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. We might do a rank up later on, at least during a level up event, because I need to get those units back up to a comfortable 20,000, I think. But anyway, I picked this guy up. I could use the generic on him. I'm gonna do the dimensional rifts first. I'm not gonna use a generic Awakening Gem on him until I'm ranking him up to at least 345. He's definitely worth it. That's the only way I'm gonna awaken this guy. I can't buy him again. I have enough actually to buy him again, but I can't buy him again. And yeah, it's just, yeah. So I did a lot of that thinking, and then I started to think, you know, I do really make a lot of decisions in my roster based on trying to be unique. You know, I want to take Sentry up to 565. That's a big goal of mine. And I want to take Phoenix up to 455 and eventually 565. That's another big goal of mine. And two pretty unique champions. And I think taking this guy up to 565 later on, you know, when I have the catalyst, eventually these basics are going to become a tiny bit more available. And just having that guy in the profile is going to be so awesome. And I recognize all the uses he has in the game. So I totally understand that I have a good champion on my hands right here, a very good champion. And so Sig level 1, it's going to be 8% of a bar or 8% power. It's not huge. I'm going to have to get that signature ability up. It's going to take forever. But the good news is that starting at Spider-Man, I want to stop at 100. I only need one more Sig level to get him to 100. And then I'm just going to stop. All the other oops. See those donations and stuff. Anyway, all those tech signature stones can go to Vision. So, you know, signature stones are a big problem for me right now because I have not too many. I've been funneling all my science ones into Sentry, my skill ones into Blade, my mutant ones into Archangel. I have 2 mutants up at 455. I have 0 cosmics. I will have 2 techs eventually, and it's kind of good to balance out your roster. I need a mystic still, and so we'll see what happens. But in any case, guys, I did buy that offer with my units there. RIP 15,000 units. I do think he's worth it though. I said a few times in my live stream yesterday that the original Vision I think went for like 3,500 units. So basically, the 4-star we got, if you're gonna buy units, it's kind of it's weird, but he basically got him for free because I would have spent 35 units, but I actually got 3,500 units. I spent that dollars amount worth or whatever, and then I picked up the 4-star, and then the 5-star actually came with, I think, about 5,000 units worth of catalysts, and so I picked him up for about 10,000 in my head anyway. And yeah, it's time to just build that stash back up, and hopefully Awakening Gems become a little more prevalent. I'm thinking they will. And the last reasons I picked him up, just to sort of explain my thinking, is that everything in this game just constantly gets devalued over time. So the earlier you do anything in this game, the longer and better, more value you're going to get out of it in the long run. So picking up Vision now, as opposed to 6 months from now when he's offered again, is I'm definitely going to get a huge amount of value over picking him up later. And I've realized this, especially hoarding crystals like until I got Blade, or waiting to get Stark Enhanced Spider-Man the second round rather than the first round. It's the amount of progress, or it's not really progress, but the amount of value you get out of the champion early on is so much better than when later on, when the rest of your roster is sort of catching up and the rest of your opponent's rosters are catching up. So anyway, that is it. I'll go back to him one more time. I'm waiting for a level up event, but he's got some decent stats. I saw, thanks to, I think Cam sent me a screenshot of his base stats. That helped me decide because I actually like the base stats are pretty good. And yeah, we'll see where this takes us. Stay tuned for rank up in gameplay and some Alliance War footage eventually. But take care.